mentioned last night you want to be on the all-defensive team. And they told a stat last night in college basketball. Your opponent shot like 10-12% lower than he normally did when you guarded him. Where does that come from, that desire to be a defensive stopper?
I think if somebody really can't score on you, I think that's what makes you better than them.
Mike Simon from Fox 35 here in Orlando. This question's for all five of you, but if we could start with the players, please. What are your expectations for next season?
Championship.
My expectations, or I think our expectations, would be just to come out and compete every night. Thinking about a championship, and I'm not even thinking that far ahead. I'm thinking about coming out each night, playing hard, and stacking one win after another, and just try and stack them up, not get fat and happy after. If we go on a winning streak, try and keep winning, keep momentum, and just do as best we can, and hopefully be one of the best teams in the league.
I just think we're gonna come out and compete. Like he said, with the guys he picked yesterday, and with Vic and all the rest of the young guys we have, everything we have in common is we're gonna compete and play defense. So I think if we do those two things on a nightly basis, we're gonna be all right.
I agree with that. We're gonna keep chipping away, keep staying the course, and keep going into, whether it's each game or each practice or what have you, with the same consistent mentality to compete, to get better, and to be better, tomorrow than we were yesterday. That's the expectation.
Josh?
Aaron, you mentioned your older brother before. Your older sister also played Division I basketball. What are some of the lessons you've learned from both of your older siblings? Not necessarily in basketball.
Not in basketball.
Not necessarily.
Just how to carry yourself, really, and they've taught me how to be a family-oriented person. That's probably the main thing. Me, my brother, and my sister are very, very close. They're very witty people. They're very intelligent, and it always keeps me on my toes. In basketball, they taught me how to take an L. I was losing like crazy up until I was maybe 13, 14 years old. Got a little bit of length on me, and then they taught me how to take an L, and they taught me how to compete. It's always competitive.
Larry?
This question for Elfrid. Larry Ridley, Sports Worker, Watch TV. Last night you said you were the best guard in the draft. Do you still believe that? Where does that confidence come from?
I think confidence just comes from how hard I work, and that's just how I feel.
Grayson Gregory of CBS Sports Radio Orlando. This question's for Elfrid. When I was on Twitter yesterday, I think a bunch of people were sleeping on you, but just because they haven't seen you play yet. What do you say to the people that are saying that, and how are you going to prove it wrong?
I don't know, just go out there and continue to play my game, try and make my teammates better, make plays for my teammates, and continue to play defense at a high level.
Solo Florida today. Elfrid, kind of going off that last question, you were the first small school guy taken in the draft. I guess if you want to consider Louisiana Lafayette a smaller school. Just, playing there, how's that prepared you for the next level, and just, what are some obstacles you've had to overcome? I'm sure you were overlooked at the high school level, and that's why you had to go play at Lafayette, so just, talk about that.
Just continuing to work hard and believing in yourself that you can play at this level. If you're good, they're gonna find you, and that's all I can say about that.
Joe?
Question for Jock. You just look lonely on the end there, buddy. You lose your leading scorer from last year, Aaron Flalo. You had three very young pieces, already a very young team. Talk about the challenges of putting all of that together when you lose somebody like Aaron Flalo from the locker room.
We'll continue to progress. Definitely appreciate what Aaron Flalo brought to our team. But as an organization, we'll continue to work towards our goals. And this is a work in progress. And what we will do, and we've said this from the beginning, is we'll play team basketball. I think it's extremely important. That's why we play the game of basketball, is to play together and unselfishly. And I think if you listen to the comments from these three gentlemen, it's inspiring to hear that, and like I said from the beginning, the families are a huge proponent of these three young men and what they're about and what they talk about. And it's the kind of men we want in our locker room. And we'll have to replace Aaron's 18.2 points per game. We will. But there'll be a collective identity trying to forge and do that.
Danny Morales, Valencia Boys. My question's for Aaron. This team has a lot of young forwards, Mo Harkless and Tobias Harris. How much will you try to pick their brain going into this rookie season and throughout it?
No, I try and pick everybody's brain on the team. I think that's what makes a good team. If you can find out what page is everybody on, and then try and flip to the same page as everybody, or make everybody flip to the same page all at once. The competition level in practice is going to be through the roof, and that's where it starts. I know I'm going to compete, and I know they're going to compete because I'm competing. So it's just going to be really competitive through the top to bottom, and I think that's where it starts. It starts in practice, and then if we can get the continuity throughout the entire team, I think that's when you really have something special.
Okay, we have time for a few more, so we'll go Ken and then Adam.
Ken Hornick from Fox Sports Florida again. This is for Rob and Jack. Elfrid said that if you're good, they're going to find you. What was it about? How did you find him? I mean, compared to a guy like Aaron and Vic at high-profile programs like that, what is it like? Are there different challenges that are posed to you as talent evaluators going into a school like Louisiana? A lot of them get.
You know, our scouting staff does a great job, does a fantastic job throughout the year, leaving no stone unturned. And look, to E's point, I mean, if you're good, people are going to find you. And our scouts canvass the country. They're not just looking, you know, at the Big Ten or the Pac-12 or what have you. They're looking for good players. And it doesn't matter where you play. The rim is 10 feet high, you know, no matter what conference you're in or what gym you're in. It's, at the end of the day, it's the game of basketball. And if you can do certain things, then you can do certain things. And when we started to really follow Elfrid, we just got really excited about all the different things we feel he can bring to a team and add to a winning culture.
Adam Papagiorgio, MagicBasketballOnline.com. First of all, welcome guys to Orlando. I have a question for all three of you guys. How were you guys introduced to the game of basketball, and what made you love it to the point that you guys wanted to do this for a living?
Well, I started it when I was 5. That's when my mom put me in my first basketball camp. And from that point on, I just loved the game of basketball. Just the aspect of competing and trying to win. And like they said, coming together as a team and trying to accomplish a goal as one unity is something special. And when you get with the right group of guys and can really have that bond, I think that's what basketball is all about.
I started so young, I don't even remember how I first got into it. I do remember dribbling through my legs at a very, very young age. It wasn't crisp crossover, but it was lift the leg up and bounce the ball.
Felt like doing it more often, right?
Definitely, just bouncing the ball, just having a basketball in my hands. It just felt good all my life, man. That's just the truth, and just the aspect of competition, how you can be flashy with basketball, but at the same time, be fundamental and get the win. It's a good feeling.
I started maybe like 5, 6 years old, and it just kind of gradually grew my love for the game.
Larry, go ahead.
All right, question for Rob, Elfrid, and AG. What impressed you the most by their workouts with Elfrid and AG? Was the one thing that really impressed them? Guys, what were your thoughts when you worked out for the Magic? Did you think, oh, I like this, I had a good workout, and I could see myself in Magic pinstripes?
Yeah, I would say that the thing that stood out the most was just the depth of their character and what they stand for and what their goals are, what they want to be about. that's all good, but it's more about just getting to know the person and making sure that they got a chance to get to know us. You know, as I think one of the things we talked about when they were here was it's a two-way street. You know, we're evaluating you, but you got to evaluate us too. And we just felt like there was a lot of compatibility and commonality with what our goals are, both collectively and individually, and we just feel like they're going to be really good fits.
I think I had a great workout, yeah. I was able to be competitive when it comes to my games, like you said. But we really had a good time off the court in our conversations and interviews and things like that. And it felt like it would be a good fit.
Definitely, like Rob said, it was a little bit more off the court. You know, they've watched us play all year long. You know, that's their job. And it's probably the greatest front office in the league. There's good people. They understand where we're coming from as players. They understand our aspirations and our goals, along with winning is the number one and main thing. And then going out and having dinner with them and telling them what I want to do, and then come to the court and showing them where I've improved in my game and being able to back up everything that I stand for. It just was a good fit.
Okay, final question. Victor?
Victor Oladipo from the Orlando Magic.
Where?
The Orlando Magic. This question is from my 3 new teammates. Welcome to the family. Can you please define feathery and what does feathery mean? One by one, starting from that end, working your way over. Feathery.
Feathery, I think in the Bible, not the Bible. I think in the dictionary it just says swag with 4 G's.
Feathery is an in and out crossover behind the back, step back, he falls over, and then you shoot it, and the net doesn't even move because it just drops straight through.